High School Overtime.
Your home for scores, recaps, and interviews with our top coaches.
Here are your hosts, Lee Cochran and Ryan Baker.
Hello, everybody. Welcome into High School Football Overtime. You just heard Hilliard Davidson knock off Canal Winchester 36-15 in our game of the week. Congratulations to the Wildcats. It is Byers Dublin Subaru High School Football Overtime. I am Ryan Baker. He is the guru, Lee Cochran. And, guys, it's been a tough day, no doubt about it. And I'm actually glad that we had a high school football Friday night tonight, because in Columbus, if you're a fan of sports in Columbus, the tragic news of the passing of Johnny Gaudreau, and Lee, you know I'm a huge hockey guy, and I know you are a huge hockey guy as well. Unfortunately, you're on the other side of the rivalry as a Penguins fan, but whenever you get news like that, it is tough. And Lee, I posted this on social media today. Usually we use sports as a distraction from tragedy, but when the tragedy is in the sports world, it's kind of tough. But when we have a high school football Friday, it kind of makes this, I don't want to say more palatable, but it gives us a little bit of normalcy in a day, in really an overnight, if you were paying attention to all the rumors on social media, an overnight that has been nothing but normal. It's been kind of surreal. So I'm excited that we've had a high school football Friday here. I'm excited that we are going to have an Ohio State game tomorrow, not to poo-poo any of this or push it under the rug, because it needs to be talked about and remembered. But it's just been a very sad, surreal day for fans of Columbus sports.
Oh, I agree, and it's just not Columbus sports. As you said, it's hockey fans, it's sports fans. I mean, you know I'm a Penguins fan, but I'm a hockey fan. First and foremost, I am a hockey fan, and when I saw it come across my phone as I was going to bed last night. Well, I mean, I just couldn't go to sleep. I was kept trying to find more. You hope it's not true, and unfortunately, it is true. But yeah, it does allow us to get back to our routine. We're here tonight. It allows us, because there was a lot of thinking about the loss and the circumstances of it, quite honestly.
Yeah, and you were one of the first people that texted me this morning, no doubt about it. I mean, we text a lot anyway throughout the week, but you were one of the first ones to text me. I think it came through at like 7:33 this morning. You can see I'm wearing my Johnny hockey shirt, my Here's Johnny shirt in here tonight. I'm a big Blue Jackets fan. I'm a huge Blue Jackets fan. Only had a couple interactions with Johnny. But he seemed like the coolest dude, the best dude. I only ever saw Johnny, this is no joke, in skates or flip-flops or slides. That's all I never saw him in regular shoes. He wanted those flip-flops on as quick as he could. But he was Johnny hockey to us, but he was Johnny dad, Johnny husband, Johnny son, Johnny cousin, friend, teammate to all these other people.
And honestly, when the Blue Jackets signed him, I thought it was Johnny turning this franchise around.
And unfortunately,
I really did.
Unfortunately, they didn't put a team around him to do that, and now we will never see that. But it just makes me think of all the people I've got to know over the Blue Jackets organization, and just how devastated they all are. And it was just a weird day with all of it. But we do have high school football to talk about, and that's what we are going to talk about here. And just our thoughts are with anybody that was associated with this tragedy. Yes. Family, teammate, organization, any of it, because it is very sad. Johnny Gaudreau gone at the age of 31. We're going to take our first time out of the evening, but when we come back, we will start running through the scores. It's been a crazy high school football night as well. All kinds of different time changes and stuff. We will get to the scores coming up next. It is Byers Dublin Subaru's High School Football Overtime on The Fan.
This promo is brought to you by Common Man and Timmy Hall's Ping Pong Game.
The Fan.
At Byers Subaru Dublin, we're not just a dealership, we're your trusted hometown team, guiding you through a seamless experience, whether buying, selling, trading, or servicing your Subaru. We've got you covered.
During the Subaru A Lot to Love event, get a 2025 Subaru Outback for 2.9% for up to 72 months.
Located under the windmill at 270 and Sawmill, or shop online at ByersSubaruDublin.com. Come see why it's better to buy from Byers Subaru Dublin.
Subject to credit approval. Financing offer term up to 72 months on 2025 Subaru Outback. Cannot be combined with any other incentive. See dealer for details. Offer ends 9/3/24.
Men, if erectile dysfunction is affecting you, getting treated could have a dramatic impact on your relationship and your outlook on life. But it's also important where you get treated because your health matters. And working with an organization that practices excellent medicine and has significant expertise in men's sexual health can often result in a far better outcome. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health. And if you're seeking a quality provider to treat your ED or are just not satisfied with your current situation, call us. We'll show you a true 5-star experience and work with you to find the right treatment for your specific medical situation. At Tri-State Men's Health, we truly are experts in men's sexual health. But it's more than that. Unlike the online pill pushers or so-called men's clinics that only offer one or a few treatment options, we offer the full spectrum of ED protocols. We can even use combinative therapies for better results. At Tri-State Men's Health, your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
Every day, weather shapes our lives. When your day depends on it, stay ahead with the 10 Weather Impact Team. Advanced notice means you'll know how weather affects your day, from dangerous heat to inconvenient storms. The impact to you before the changes happen. With what you need from experts you can trust. Stay prepared and stay informed. 10 Weather Impact.
August may seem like the end of summer. It also means the beginning of a lot of things, like back to school, festivals, football. At Buckeye Lake Marina, it means the August savings days are upon us. Get huge discounts on all of the new and used boats that they didn't sell. Every pontoon, tri-toon, sport boats, even fishing boats are ready for you. Save thousands on demo models that have been used all summer to show off amazing features. Some have never even been in the water. Take advantage of the August savings days at Buckeye Lake Marina. Their summer hours continue through the entire month of August. Visit BuckeyeLakeMarina.com for details.
We don't talk politics on the Fan. It's divisive, fear-stoking, and negative. That's what our social media is for. Or your crazy uncle's house, or the grocery store, or you get my point. The Fan, Ohio's politics-free destination.
Common Man here for Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Easton. Back to school time. Your kids probably have fancy friends. Isn't it about time you gave them a ride to be proud of? Actually, hell with the kids. Treat yourself to a new Lexus. Right now, it's the Golden Opportunity Sales Event with rates as low as 2.99% on ES, NX, and RX, as well as great lease payments. I've been a Jermaine customer for years, even before I started doing the commercials. If you're in the market, please stop in. Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Easton. JermaineLexus.com.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
Reason number 52 to choose Diamonds Direct over any other jeweler. Only Diamonds Direct gives you a 110% diamond upgrade guarantee. Let us explain. If you buy a diamond at Diamonds Direct today and decide in the future you want to upgrade to a larger diamond, Diamonds Direct will give you 110% of your original purchase price toward the new stone. For example, let's say you bought her a $5,000 diamond last year, but now she wants to upgrade to a $6,000 diamond. Diamonds Direct will give you $5,500 toward the new one. That's 10% more than you paid the first time. Guaranteed appreciation. Whether that first diamond was $3,000 or $30,000, you get 10% more. Who else does this? And unlike other stores who claim to offer diamond upgrades, at Diamonds Direct, there's no fine print and no minimum purchase requirement. It's 10% more, period. Come and discover real value and buy with confidence. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
Want to know anything about the Fan's contests, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
This show gets you so close to high school football, you can smell the stinky shoulder pads. It's Byers Dublin Subaru High School Overtime on The Fan.
Welcome back in. Byers Dublin Subaru's High School Football Overtime. I am Ryan Baker. He is the guru, Lee Cochran. And not only is he fired up because it's high school football, but he's fired up because his West Virginia Mountaineers play Penn State tomorrow.
Let's go.
He is pumped.
And every Ohio State fan's a West Virginia fan tomorrow now, too.
That is true as well. We want to get to some of the scores here. Lee, I just saw this one, though, and I was shocked at this, and I haven't got a final score on it yet. But I just saw that Buckeye Valley beat Heath tonight. And we're going to look for a final score here, but that is pretty impressive because this Heath team is pretty good. Connor Corbett is the real deal. That's a big win for Buckeye Valley and their new coach up there, if this is true.
Yeah, Grant Gorczyk, it's his first win. They lost a couple touchdowns to Delaware last week, but like you said, if that's true, we didn't see this come. But we're week 2, so we don't know what we know until we know it. Between
That's
weeks
so
1
profound.
and weeks 2.
That is so profound from you. We had games last night, and again, we still got games wrapping up because we had a lot of games that were pushed back tonight because of the heat. They didn't start till about 8 o'clock.
You think it really made a difference?
I don't, but it's what they did. It became a trend. I'm actually surprised more didn't because we know usually one school does it, they all do it. I'm really glad our game tonight didn't do that.
No, because we'd been on here and said hi and bye, and
we'd have probably had to push Kevin Stefanski back a little bit.
We can do that all the time.
So let's give you the games tomorrow. Most of these last night, most of these were in the City League, except for this one. Big Walnut got a 56-8 win over Dayton Dunbar. Beechcroft beat Thurgood Marshall 40-0. Independence, they knock off East 36-22. Walnut Ridge comes from behind and beats Linden McKinley 32-22. Centennial over South 14-10, and then it was Greenview beating Waynesville 40-28. Again, our game of the week right here on The Fan. Hilliard Davidson gets their first win of the year. What a game from Kevin Gibbon. 36-15. Gibbon with 3 touchdowns in this one. Franklin Heights improves to 2-0. They beat Central Crossing 21-14. Dublin Kaufman, their first win of the year. They beat Miamisburg 28 to 16. Lee, we need to find this one because I know it's final. We're just not sure exactly what the final was. Pickerington North was playing Granville out of Michigan. That one actually started at 6 so they could get home. I saw that it was 51-50 Granville with like 31 seconds left. So I need to find the final on that one. What a high-scoring game there. Groveport. How about the Cruisers? We talked to Coach Mitch Westcamp last week. They hammered Hilliard Bradley. They beat Gahanna tonight 8-7, and they won the game on a safety because they were winning 6-0. Then Gahanna went up 7-6. And somehow, with about 3 minutes left, they got a safety and they win the game. So congratulations to the Cruisers.
Yeah, we talked to Coach Westcamp last week, and he was all over their defense. They've got some studs over there.
And they held a pretty good offense in check tonight. Delaware, 30-0 winners over Marion Franklin. Marysville gets hammered by Perrysburg, 37-0. Newark, they're 2-0, 36-14. They beat Mount Vernon. Upper Arlington gets their first win of the season, 17-14. They hang on and beat Olentangy Berlin. Dublin Jerome, 23-14 winners over Reynoldsburg. Watterson, 45-0 over Scioto.
We do have a final on that Pickerington North game. They came back and won that 53-51.
Wow. So with like 31 seconds left, they go down and get the field goal to get the win. What a start to the year. Having to play St. Ed's and then this shootout in week 2.
Hey, and then they got Pickerington Central next week.
Is that all?
Yeah, that's it.
Goodness gracious. Who's scheduling for Coach Hillerich?
And Kaufman after that.
Westerville South, 41-11. That'll be our game of the week 4, by the way. 41-11, Westerville South over Westerville Central. DeSales gets their first win of the year, 17-3 over Hamilton Baden. Harvest Prep, 46-8 over Purcell Marion. Columbus Academy's 2-0, 27-9. They beat Jonathan Alder. Johnstown, 39-0 winners over Coshocton. Tri-Valley, 31-0 over Licking Heights. Northridge, 19-13 over Fredericktown. Sheridan beats Watkins Memorial by a score score of 17-7. Those are the finals that we have right now. We will get more of those for you throughout the show. Coming up next, though, we'll get a preview of what's coming up on 1st and 10 tonight on Channel 10. It's Byers Dublin Subaru's high school football overtime on the Fan.
During this 10-second promo, Rothman will lose money gambling on something.
People like you come here and blow the family nest egg that built this town.
Rothman and Ice.
Weekdays from noon to 3.
The Fan.
Use your own body's healing properties to revitalize your achy joints and get you real lasting pain relief? That sounds amazing. Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. I'm talking about advanced regenerative medicine. And if you're tired of arthritic pain in your knees, hips, back, or shoulders, I've had it before. I've had it in my knee. I went and saw the professionals, the experts at QC Kinetics. They're the leaders in regenerative medicine. Guess what? There's no surgery, there's no drugs, there's no downtime. And my dad did it as well. The local medical professionals at QC Kinetics are experts in these amazing treatments. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in this exciting breakthrough using cellular therapies. They've got tens of thousands satisfied patients just like me, so I'm back to running again. My dad is back to walking again. They've got locations conveniently located in Dublin and Gahanna, so go check them out by going to qckinetics.com/Columbus or call 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544.
Did you and your family lose Ohio Medicaid and need health coverage? Check this out. You may be eligible to enroll in a low-cost health plan at healthcare.gov. With the new law, 4 out of 5 customers can find a plan for $10 or less per month with financial help. Healthcare.gov offers quality plans that cover doctor visits, prescriptions, emergency care, and more. Healthcare.gov is here for you. Enroll today for coverage starting the 1st of next month. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Save big money now at Menards. You need reliable appliances that help you conquer the day. And Menards is your one-stop shop for huge savings on new, energy-efficient appliances. We carry the largest in-stock selection of major appliances starting at the lowest prices and ready to take home today. Menards, America's #1 home improvement retailer for customer satisfaction, according to J.D. Power. Visit jdpower.com for details and menards.com for deals.
Save big money at Menards. We go to war for you.
Hi, it's Robert Sugar. Uber or Lyft accident? At Sugar Schnarr Trial Attorneys, we know the law and we'll fight for your rights. Call us at 877-WARFORYOU.com or visit warforyou.com for a free consultation. Know your rights and get the results you deserve. That's 877-WAR-FOR-YOU. 877-WAR-FOR-YOU or visit warforyou.com.
War for you, warforyou.com.
At Byers Subaru Dublin, we're not just a dealership, we're your trusted hometown team, guiding you through a seamless experience, whether buying, selling, trading, or servicing your Subaru. We've got you covered.
During the Subaru A Lot to Love event, get a 2025 Subaru Outback for 2.9% for up to 72 months.
Located under the windmill at 270 and Sawmill, or shop online at ByersSubaruDublin.com. Come see why it's better to buy from Byers Subaru Dublin.
Subject to credit approval. Financing offer term up to 72 months on 2025 Subaru Outback. Cannot be combined with any other incentive. See dealer for details. Offer ends 9/3/24.
Looking to sell your home? Don't pay 6% commission. Call my guys at Sell for 1% Realtors. They're full service, not a do-it-yourself kind of thing. On average, customers save over $10,000. Give them a call, 614-451-6616. That's 451-6616.
If you're listening to this and you're not already keeping it easy in your backyard with a Bud Light, well, consider this message a gentle reminder. Your backyard is waiting, and so is that Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Bud Light. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus, The Fan. From Picktown to Marysville and everything in between, this is Byers Dublin Subaru High School Overtime on The Fan.
Welcome back in. Byers Dublin Subaru's high school football overtime. I am Ryan Baker. He is the guru, Lee Cochran. And joining us now, like he does every week right about this time, well, it's not always you, Dom. It's been you the first 2 weeks so far. Sometime Adam comes in, but we like it when Dom Taberry comes in, especially on a Buckeye Labor Day opening weekend of the year.
Man, I'll tell you what, it is holiday time, isn't it? Between week 2 of the 1st and 10, and we're on the eve. By now, I'm sure Ryan Day and the Buckeyes are tucked into bed and hopefully thinking, I mean, they're going to win tomorrow. Let's not get anyone injured. You know what I mean? You don't want that to happen. But yeah, football season is here, and it was a hot one out there tonight. I'll tell you, I know they moved a few games back because of the heat, but when I got to Davidson, the game of the week, and by the way, how about Davidson bouncing back big time?
Big win.
36-15 to beat Canal Winchester. But when I first got there, a little bit before 4 o'clock, overcast, started raining, a little bit of a breeze. It felt good, and then all of a sudden that blew out, and it went right back up to 90-something, and it was a warm one. We were joking around, DeVere Posey and I, and he said, I'll bet you there's at least 8 different stoppages for cramps, because this is when you get it.
And there were a couple, but I don't think there were 8 of them tonight.
Yeah. Well, this will be the last, hopefully, last hurrah for the real hot weather. Maybe we can get fall here sooner than later.
Well, next week looks good so far.
Yeah, it does.
70s.
Yeah,
I'll take that.
I'll take that every day. I mean, it was warm out there, but 2 weeks down, and there's really nothing like high school football. I mean, and I was talking the other day, fellas, what we have going on in Central Ohio, the way this market is growing. This is going to be kind of neat to see what happens over the next couple of years, because the population's going to grow. You're getting more and more kids moving into this area, and this is going to bode well for Ohio. Whereas Western Pennsylvania used to be the place. I mean, I think Ohio is going to become if you can recruit Ohio, you're going to be all right when it comes to big time college football. Build a fence around it, Ryan Day.
And it seems like we're almost in football because of the changing of the landscape here. It almost seems like we're having a changing of the guard.
Yeah.
A little bit. Davidson they had a great game tonight. They'd been so good for so long. The Kaufmans. But now we're starting to see Groveport. They beat Gahanna tonight. Yeah. Big upset. Worthington, Kilbourne. How about them? Lee said they didn't even win a game last year. They're 2-0. Well, it's not over yet, but they're hammering Thomas right now. Yeah. 49-13, I think, is the score. And we've talked about the Harvest Preps and all of that. It almost seems like it's kind of shifting around the city. The Olentangies they're all good.
I mean, we are blessed, really, with really good football teams here in Central Ohio. The parity, you talk about the parity in college football, and then you look at teams. I remember when Kilbourne was a powerhouse back in the day, and then they had some tough times. I remember when Thomas Worthington was a heck of a program, and then
Demetrius Stanley, Gary Berry,
and then Kilbourne came on the scene, and they seemed to get the athletes and. But yeah, you think about a team like Hilliard Davidson. You think about what Coach White did there over the years, and but that was a big win for Coach Scally tonight. That they could be 2-0. They felt like they let that one last week get away, but they're doing what they do, and it was like two teams. Talking about Canal Winchester and Davidson, two teams kind of looking in the mirror because they both like to play smash mouth football. And I think it came down to defense. And, we saw interceptions. We saw one of them brought back to the house. But, defense won that game tonight. And, Canal Winchester had too many mistakes, had too many turnovers, had too many penalties. And home game for Davidson, they got healthy tonight, and 36-15 is pretty impressive, boys.
It is. So we obviously know you guys were out at the Davidson Canal game tonight. What other games can we expect to see on 1st and 10 later tonight?
We got 10 games coming for you tonight. I should bring the list in, but we have a bunch, and I'm too old to remember. But they will be good games. I promise you. I know we have Darby. I know we have some rivalry games.
Darby and Bradley.
Bradley and Darby. We have the two Westerville schools meeting tonight. So
South and Central.
Yeah, we'll have that. So, yeah.
Probably UA and Berlin, I would guess.
I don't know that we have that.
Okay. Thomas Kilbourne?
We do have that one.
Look at that. This is almost like a game show.
Yeah.
It's like a game show
well,
now.
I didn't bring it with me. I was
okay. Next week when I come out and get you, well, I won't be here next week. But
where
after
are you
that,
going to be?
I'm on a work assignment.
What are we
going
to do without the guru?
All I know is those colors he's got on.
They're not the best colors.
Well,
I know it's a different team.
It says WV, but it's still.
I'm telling you. It's a big one tomorrow, Dom.
Looks maize and blue.
Hey, West Virginia's not open with somebody they're going to beat by 50. I hope they do.
Who they opening with? I forget.
Penn State.
Oh, yeah. Well, weird things happen in that series.
It's
That's a rivalry.
Okay, here's one to tie it back to you. It is the biggest home opener since Ohio State came there in 98.
And I was at that game. As a matter of fact, I broadcast that game. I did color in that game. It was the first high-definition game done in the United States. The Wolf family that we worked for, when WBNS was owned by the Wolf family, they brought in a high-definition truck, a crew, and we did the first high-definition game in the United States. Myself and Jeff Hogan did, and that was amazing. And was only broadcast one place, the Wigwam.
What are we going to see tomorrow?
I'm picking Ohio State to win 48-7. I know they're 50-point.
You're taking the under.
Yeah.
You're taking the under, and
the fact that I did
Akron
that
in the under.
The fact that the fact that I picked it that way means Ohio State will put 70 plus on them because I'm never right. If the one guy's Scotty Vegas, I'm Dom Wheeling Downs. You know?
So
I got Dom Eldorado.
Dom Eldorado.
I love it. What time are we tuning in tonight?
11 o'clock, always. And don't ever take your TV off Channel 10. Just right there.
Dom's TV only has one channel.
One channel.
One channel.
That's it, fellas.
That's all you need.
Yes, sir.
I love it.
All right,
Dom
boys.
Taberry, Channel 10. Check him out tonight, 1st and 10. Watch the whole newscast.
Yeah, Guru's a good
starting
man.
at 11.
He's a very handsome
He's one of the
man,
best,
isn't
but
he?
he's leaving us.
Yeah, well,
I mean, he's
For
got
1 week.
He's got 4.
Where are you going? West Virginia?
No, I'm going out to South Dakota for work.
Oh, excuse me.
I used to live.
I used to live in South
out
Dakota.
there. He's the tour guide.
It's my first trip out there in 30 years.
Well, God bless you, and just behave yourself. Don't cause any issues.
I look at his forearms. I think he's okay.
Yeah,
He'll be
Popeye the
just fine.
Sailor Man here is walking around crushing cans.
I love it. I can't wait to see the highlights tonight on
Dom.
1st and 10. He is Dom Taberry from 10 TV. I want to run through a couple of these scores real quick and just talk about some of these things. Let's talk about our game tonight, Lee. Hilliard Davidson, Canal Winchester. I honestly thought this game was going to be more of a defensive battle, and it kind of was, but Dom kind of mentioned it there. Canal Winchester, just too many penalties. Too many, not penalties, I guess, but turnovers. Just they didn't play a clean game tonight, and you can't do that against a Davidson team.
No, and again, it's one of those things, what happens between week 1 and week 2, because Canal, we looked at them beating Thomas Worthington, I think 38-13 last week. We're like, hey, Thomas Worthington was a decent team last year. That's a pretty big win. And Davidson, what nobody really talks about, Davidson coming into tonight, back to last year, they lost 7 out of 8. I mean, this is a huge win for that program right now. And it's weird to say that about Davidson, a game like this, but it is something to get the Wildcats back on track.
I mentioned we've got a lot of games going on right now. 2 scores I just saw. 31-6, Pickerington Central leads Huber Heights Wayne, 7-11 left in the third quarter. Kind of seems like Pickerington Central, maybe last week, that week 1 loss against Harvest Prep. And 1, it tells you how good Harvest Prep is. But 2, maybe got the Tigers' attention a little bit.
Yeah, and if Pickerington Central makes a run in the playoffs, like they very well could, they could look back and say, yeah, it's always that one thing that people say, well, you can learn from a loss. And I've talked to coaches who say, yeah, I don't learn from losses. I want to win every game. Well, it's good that they lost. You hear that. But maybe in this case it actually is. It was, kind of an eye-opener for them, and they were focused. They're focused tonight, because Huber Heights Wayne, they had a big victory over Fairfield last week.
And then another one I just saw. They just started the fourth quarter. Tays Valley's beating Bloom Carroll 21-10.
I'm still not believing that one. That's a hard one to understand.
I mean, Grove City took, and I think Grove City's pretty good this year, but they took Taze Valley to the woodshed last week. And Bloom Carroll, I think this Bloom Carroll team is pretty good. They've been really good. Jeremy McKinney does a good job down there. Ethan Thanavong, you know, he's been the starting quarterback for, it seems like 10 years now down there at Bloom Carroll.
Yeah.
This one, that catches my eye a little bit.
Yeah, and I'm knocking off Woodshed on my bingo card right now. Thank you.
I saw that you needed that one.
But, I mean, you know, Bloom Carroll's won the last 4 meetings. I mean, they were Mid-State League Buckeye, you know, opponents, you know, up until this year when Taze joined the Mid-State League, or this OCC. But still, that's a tough one. I mean, but, again, that's a great bounce back by Taze Valley.
And by the way, Pickerington North hit a 32-yarder at the end of the game, 32-yard field goal to get that 53-51 win. That's just, wow, what a game. 53-51
points.
Who would have known that I guess if you hit the over in that one, you were good. Upper Arlington had a big win tonight. They beat Olentangy Berlin by a score of 17-14. We're going to talk to their head coach coming up at the bottom of the hour, Justin Buttermore. But coming up next, we will talk to the head coach of Hilliard Davidson, Jeremey Scally. They beat Canal 36-15 in our game of the week right here on the Fan. We will talk to him after this short timeout. It is Byers Dublin Subaru's high school football overtime on the Fan.
The sound of Paul Keels calling a Buckeye game is erotic.
Oh, yes.
Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Driving this summer in a new Honda. Act now during Honda's summer event to save thousands with low 1.9% financing. Full inventory is here. Cars, SUVs, trucks, vans, and hybrids. With hybrids, the battery charges as you drive. Don't miss Honda's summer event with big savings on gas or hybrid, like the 2024 Honda Ridgeline, now with low 1.9% financing. Search your local Honda dealer.
See dealer for financing details. For well-qualified buyers. Offer ends 9/3/24.
Men, you already know that as we age, low testosterone can cause many issues, including decreased energy, bad sleep, a lower sex drive, and more. And if you're like most men, getting treated for low T can truly change your life. But it's also important where you get treated, because your health matters, and a quality medical practice that has true expertise in men's sexual health can help you get the best outcome. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, the leader in treating low T and other men's sexual health issues in the area. And if you're feeling like I just described and haven't yet sought treatment, or if you're not satisfied with the treatment you're currently receiving, I'd invite you to call us. At Tri-State Men's Health, our expertise is men's sexual health. It's all we do. We've successfully treated thousands of men for low T, and we offer a true 5-star experience that is like no other. If you're like most men, you'll be astounded at our service and at the results of our treatments. So make an appointment today. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. If you need a new roof, but you're not sure you can afford it, no problem. Right now, Able Roof is offering no payments, no interest until 2026 for qualified buyers. Yep, that's the same Able Roof that's been voted the #1 roofing company in Columbus by Consumer Choice Awards 22 years in a row. Want more? Able Roof will give you up to $1,000 off a new roof, siding, or windows. This is a limited time offer, so call Able Roof today.
Call Able for the proof. 444.
August may seem like the end of summer. It also means the beginning of a lot of things, like back to school, festivals, football. At Buckeye Lake Marina, it means the August savings days are upon us. Get huge discounts on all of the new and used boats that they didn't sell. Every pontoon, tri-toon, sport boats, even fishing boats are ready for you. Save thousands on demo models that have been used all summer to show off amazing features. Some have never even been in the water. Take advantage of the August savings days at Buckeye Lake Marina. Their summer hours continue through the entire month of August. Visit BuckeyeLakeMarina.com for details.
Common Man and T-Bone.
You can't go 3 buttons. Oh, yes.
Yeah, I can't
Oh,
do it.
my. Did it just get warmer in here, Teddy? Did you turn the heat up? What's going on?
Common Man and T-Bone.
Sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company.
Weekdays 3 to 6 on the Fan.
Reason number 52 to choose Diamonds Direct over any other jeweler. Only Diamonds Direct gives you a 110% diamond upgrade guarantee. Let us explain. If you buy a diamond at Diamonds Direct today and decide in the future you want to upgrade to a larger diamond, Diamonds Direct will give you 110% of your original purchase price toward the new stone. For example, let's say you bought her a $5,000 diamond last year, but now she wants to upgrade to a $6,000 diamond. Diamonds Direct will give you $5,500 toward the new one. That's 10% more than you paid the first time. Guaranteed appreciation. Whether that first diamond was $3,000 or $30,000, you get 10% more. Who else does this? And unlike other stores who claim to offer diamond upgrades, at Diamonds Direct, there's no fine print and no minimum purchase requirement. It's 10% more, period. Come and discover real value and buy with confidence. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
Meet Cheryl. Hey. She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's gotta be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
You go into your shower feeling... But as soon as you reach for the Irish Spring, your day immediately gets better. That crisp, fresh, unmistakable Irish Spring scent zings your brain and awakens your senses. So when you finally emerge from the shower, 37 minutes later, because you pay the water bill so you can stay in there as long as you want, you're ready to take on the day and smell great doing it. Irish Spring Body Wash and Bar Soap. Fresh, green, Irish. Shop now at Walmart.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Hey there, Central Ohio. I'm 10 Weather Impact Meteorologist Michael Barron. Scattered showers and storms this evening, but we'll keep an eye on fading conditions overnight. That'll lead to drier weather by early Saturday, but not for long. More showers and storms develop throughout the day, including some that could impact the Ohio State game, so make sure you're keeping an eye on the radar in your 10 TV mobile app. Temperatures will start Saturday around the low 70s, warm to the 80s by the afternoon. Drier weather as we head towards Sunday and the rest of the week. That's your latest weather forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
Friday nights mean high school football in Ohio. This is Byers Dublin Subaru High School Overtime on The Fan.
Always fun having Dom Taberry in, giving us a little preview of 1st and 10 last segment. We thank him for that. Make sure you check all of that out tonight on Channel 10. Just a reminder, the Buckeyes, they open the season tomorrow. They're taking on Akron. Get ready for the kickoff with the Fan. From 10 a.m. to noon, the Central Ohio Toyota Dealers Fan Tailgate Show with Matty Ice and DeVere Posey. Then from noon to 2 p.m., the Kurgis and Associates Fan Tailgate Show. Anthony Rothman will have that with you with former Buckeye Andy Katzenmoyer and Tim May. Then from 2 p.m. to 3:30, it is the Ohio State Sports Network's pregame show with Paul Keels and Jim Lachey. Listen on the radio, stream on 971thefan.com, the Fan app, or you can watch it on the Fan's YouTube page. Just search 971. Your home for the Buckeyes, 97.1 The Fan. On the Fan tonight, you heard Hilliard Davidson. They get their first win of the season. They beat Canal Winchester 36-15. Their head coach, Jeremey Scally, joins us now on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Coach, congratulations on the big win. How good did it feel to bounce back after that 35-24 loss to Pine Richland out of Pennsylvania last week?
Yeah, it was awesome. At practice this week, it's so hard to win. It's so hard to get a first down. The schedule we play, the conference that we play in. I don't think people understand how hard it is. And we even threw some additionally hard things at our kids with scrimmaging St. Ed's but I say that to say it's hard to get that first one. And we didn't play very very clean against Pine Richland. But I was so impressed with how our guys, just kind of took their lessons on the chin. Coaches did an awesome job of, getting things corrected and fixed. And then really it was Wednesday of this week. We had a really good practice, and it was one of those practices where I just kind of, as the practice went on, I kind of swallowed my whistle a couple times on some things to just see if our kids had any fight in them. And it was so glaring on Wednesday that our kids were ready to go. tonight on Wednesday, and I was just really impressed how they stacked their days up, responded well to some adversity, and got the first win.
Does that say a lot about your senior leadership too, Coach?
Yeah, without question. I feel like last week and even tonight, and just little things. I feel like I'm going to my seniors and saying, hey, listen, this is we talk about these moments in games that can kind of decide the outcome of the game, and hey, this is where I need you. Like, you get it. This is where I need you to step up and communicate and get other guys to understand that these moments that are coming and how important they are and the magnitude of them. But that if our senior class is an incredibly tight-knit group, an incredibly loyal, dedicated group, and I'd like them to, and I hope they're listening, I'd like to see them own our locker room a little bit better. But I think that's also falls on us as coaches to kind of teach them and lead them and show them how to do that.
Always coaching, even when you're talking on the radio, Coach. You're always coaching. I love it. It makes it a lot easier for you and your coaching staff when you've got a guy like Kevin Gibbon in the backfield. He scores 3 touchdowns tonight. He was a 1,000-yard rusher last year. He is a big kid back there. He is a load to bring down. Talk a little bit about Kevin and just what he does for your team.
Yeah, first thing before anything, football with Kevin. I'm just so proud of his growth and development as a dude, like as a young man. Academically, socially, work ethic. To see him and be around him. Going on 4 years now. Just that's what I'm at the end of the day. That's what I'm most proud of with him. And then last year towards the end. I think he'd be the first to admit, I don't think, it played out for him maybe individually how he hoped it would have. And so he made the choice, decided to go out for wrestling. I was all for it, just because I know the value of that sport, especially for him, especially his position. And, he's been nothing short of incredible, all off season and through the summer. And he's a thumper, but now what's really cool to see is he's maybe trimmed up a little bit, and now he can go, which I'll be honest, I love him. he couldn't do that last year, and now it's like if he gets a little bit of a crease, now he can start to separate, a little bit more than he maybe did last year.
Well, Coach, you brought up the conference. I know you're still a few games away from that, obviously, and it's without a doubt the toughest conference in Central Ohio football, maybe Ohio football. I mean, it's just incredible. But it got me thinking, you know what you expect there. You guys have switched into Region 2 for the first time and maybe ever. What do you think about that region, switching out of the all Central Ohio region and heading there?
Yeah, it's unique. As an assistant or a head coach, I believe I've been in for about 20 years now, and I don't ever remember, being outside of Region 3 when it's been 4 regions. There was, one time when they did 2 regions in Division 1, and it was like north-south. But yeah, I mean, to answer your question, I don't know what to think. Like, I know that GWAC conference is legit down there. But I also know the next most important thing is for us to watch film tomorrow. So I don't pick my head up out of the sand, very, very often. It is what it is. You do what you're supposed to do on a day-to-day basis. Everything else will just kind of fall into place.
Well, Coach, congratulations on the big win tonight in our game of the week. Again, 36-15 over Canal Winchester. A big one against Dublin Jerome next week. Congratulations, Coach, again, and good luck.
All right, thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
He's the head coach of the Hilliard Davidson Wildcats, Jeremey Scally, joining us on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. A couple finals here that we just got in, Lee, before or while we were talking to Coach Scally. Olentangy Liberty, 24-13. They beat Cleveland Glenville tonight. We didn't get to talk about this Liberty team last week and what they did to Olentangy. I think a lot of people were kind of sleeping on this Liberty team this year. Lee, this was a team that I really liked coming into the season, and the reason is this senior class, they've played a lot of football together since they were sophomores. They've taken some lumps the past couple years, but Andrew Leonard, their quarterback, this is his third year starting for Liberty. Jake Struck, who's been a great running back for them. He had a punt return for a touchdown last week. He's kind of playing some running back and wide receiver this year. These kids, they were sophomores at the time. They're seniors now. They've played for 3 years, a lot of varsity football. This Glenville team's really good. We saw they beat Upper Arlington last week 6-0. That's a big win.
That's a very big win. And, you got to remember, Olentangy Liberty was 4-8 last year. But they ended the regular season 3-7 and still got the upset in the first round of the playoffs. So, but we're accustomed to seeing them in the playoffs. They were in a regional final, 4 years in a row?
And this is Coach Stansberry. That was all under Coach Steve Hill.
Yeah.
Coach Josh Stansberry now there. This is his second year as well. Got some footing under him.
Yeah, but what's going to be interesting, guess who they play next week? Gahanna.
Oh, baby.
So that'll be a good one.
Some ticked-off Lions.
Yeah, but this, after tonight, like you said, the win over Olentangy kind of opened our eyes. The win tonight over Glenville really has you thinking, could this be a very good team?
You're absolutely right. And I thought they were a pretty good team anyway. I didn't see this tonight, though. Congratulations to Coach Stansberry and the Patriots. Grove City beat Westland 38-28. Hilliard Bradley over Hilliard Darby 28-7. Where's this other one? I want to get this one in. I can't. Bexley. They get their first win of the year. They beat Mifflin 49-8. And we've got an overtime game. West Muskingum has come back. They have tied up Licking Valley. They're going to overtime at 20. So we'll get you those scores coming up here later in the show. Coming up next, it is the head coach of Upper Arlington. Big win for them tonight. They beat Berlin 17-14. Justin Buttermore joins us after this quick timeout. It's Byers, Dublin Subaru's high school football overtime on the Fan.
The Big Nine was a sad, incomplete place. Enter Ohio State. The rest is history. The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
The Fan. Get an Eco.
Hey, Aaron. Hey, Jerry. You seem pretty happy this morning. I invented a song. Songwriters have an actual word for inventing a song. Everything we want people to know about eco. Ready? Can't wait. Get eco. G-E-T-E-C-O. Get eco. They can really go get eco for your Cinco. Fix in a blinko, you'll think-o. Hooray! Get eco. G-E-T-E-C-O. Get eco. You'll be cool like snow. Get eco. Like an ice Ringo. Puerto Rico. Get eco today. What do you think? We don't serve Puerto Rico, right? I do know that. The drive alone from Ohio is way too far. But you ran out of rhymes for eco? You gotta admit, the rest is pretty catchy. Oh, it's earworming already.
Get an Eco.
As is that thing.
Common Man here for Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Easton. Back to school time. Your kids probably have fancy friends. Isn't it about time you gave them a ride to be proud of? Actually, hell with the kids. Treat yourself to a new Lexus. Right now, it's the Golden Opportunity Sales Event with rates as low as 2.99% on ES, NX, and RX, as well as great lease payments. I've been a Jermaine customer for years, even before I started doing the commercials. If you're in the market, please stop in. Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Easton. JermaineLexus.com.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career and they talked to me about it.
He was done in just months.
I did do it online.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months with zero experience at My Computer Career.
It worked for me and I know it can work for you.
It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
We don't talk politics on the Fan. We'd rather talk about things that unite us, like the exciting Buckeye season ahead and pizza. How about the rebirth of the Jackets and pizza? Your home of the Buckeyes, Jackets, pizza, and no politics. The Fan.
Hey, Bobby Carpenter here for my friends at Affinity Whole Health. Affinity is the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy, but they are also much more than that. They help men and women who are experiencing things like low energy, low libido, muscle loss, and weight gain. Turn it all around. You can feel amazing and live better just like I can. It can be delivered right to your door, which is tremendous. Semaglutide for weight loss and testosterone and hormone replacement therapy for so much more. I've been a customer for years and it works. Get started at feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Every day, weather shapes our lives. When your day depends on it, stay ahead with the 10 Weather Impact Team. Advanced notice means you'll know how weather affects your day, from dangerous heat to inconvenient storms, the impact to you before the changes happen. With what you need from experts you can trust. Stay prepared and stay informed. 10 Weather Impact.
And what is it called?
A ceiling fan.
And where is it?
It's on the floor.
And why is that a problem?
Well, see, the person who named it probably should have called it a floor. No, that's not right. The guy on TV I saw put up a ceiling fan.
Are you a TV star, Paul?
No, I'm not.
Are you an electrician, Paul?
I am not.
You are?
I am a middle management accountant, and I shouldn't be putting up ceiling fans.
You should.
Call the pros who knows.
Apex Pros.
The pros who know electrical work, too. Hi, it's Alex from Apex Pros, and if you'd like us for plumbing, cooling, and heating, you're gonna love our pro electricians.
Apex Pros are on the way.
Much easier, isn't it?
I'm glad we sorted this out.
Me too.
Columbus loves the pros who knows. Schedule with one click at apexpros.com.
August may seem like the end of summer. It also means the beginning of a lot of things, like back to school, festivals, football. At Buckeye Lake Marina, it means the August savings days are upon us. Get huge discounts on all of the new and used boats that they didn't sell. Every pontoon, tri-toon, sport boats, even fishing boats are ready for you. Save thousands on demo models that have been used all summer to show off amazing features. Some have never even been in the water. Take advantage of the August savings days at Buckeye Lake Marina. Their summer hours continue through the entire month of August. Visit BuckeyeLakeMarina.com for details.
Ryan Baker knows more about high school football than anyone. Except Lee Cochran. This is Byers Dublin Subaru High School Overtime on the Fan.
Boy, ain't that the truth.
No truer words have ever been spoken.
Nobody knows more than the guru, and that's a fact. Welcome back into High School Football Overtime. I am Ryan Baker. He is the guru, Lee Cochran. We talked about that game going to overtime, Lee.
Mm-hmm.
West Muskingum comes from behind. They get to overtime. They beat Licking Valley 26-20 tonight. Congratulations to West Muskingum. That seemed like a heck of a game. And you mentioned Licking Valley. They're playing Reedy next week. These are games that just seem like they should happen every year. Like Reedy played Newark Catholic last week. Licking Valley's playing Reedy. These are games that I feel like should happen every year.
Yeah, and, I don't know why in the past it hasn't, but hey, if they're happening now, who cares about the past?
I agree. I think that hopefully they keep going moving forward. I do. Man. That's awesome. Newark Catholic and Reedy has always been, to me, like, why don't they play every year? It just makes too much sense.
Well, they played last week.
They did. And it was all Reedy. Reedy put it to them.
Yeah, on a Saturday, so we didn't get to talk about it.
No, we didn't, but we're talking about it now, at least.
There you go.
Hey, let's talk a little bit about Upper Arlington.
Let's talk a lot about Upper Arlington.
What a tough schedule they've had the first 2 weeks. Playing Cleveland Glenville last week, then they take on Olentangy Berlin tonight. They get a 17-14 win. Their head coach, Justin Buttermore, joins us now on the Bryan Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. And, Coach, what a tough loss last week. You play a really good Glenville team. You don't even give up a touchdown on defense. It was a return touchdown, 6-0. They win. They bat a pass down in the end zone on the final play to preserve the win. And then you guys bounce back and get the win tonight over a very tough Berlin team. How proud are you of the way your team responded this week?
Well, I was really happy with it. I mean, it obviously was a tough way to lose. And, early in the season, I think when you lose tough games like that, sometimes it's you just never know how a team is going to handle that, when you got a new squad. So, and we got a lot of new faces that are playing, especially defensively. So I thought that it was nice to see us go out and get a good – we got off to a good start tonight. We scored right out of the gate and got some stops and probably made it more difficult than it needed to be. Had a chance to be up 17-0 at the half, and formation error kind of brought back a touchdown. But it was good to see us. It was good to get a win.
Is it just the learning process? You said you've got 7 new starters on defense, but the defense has been playing pretty doggone well. But is that just part of the learning process?
Yeah, I think it is. I mean, anytime you put some new guys in, it's a learning curve. I mean, it's different. Playing JV football to varsity football is a different animal, especially when you're talking about Cleveland, Glenville, and, Berlin right out of the gate. Those are 2 very good teams. And, the kids are adjusting, and we'll get better.
Well, now you said, a whole different animal. I heard you had some practices at 5:30 in the morning this week. Is that correct?
Yeah, we did. We went Tuesday, Wednesday to try to beat the heat and make sure we could get, we were afraid if we went after school, we wouldn't be able to wear pads and things like that because of the heat and some of the rules, which are certainly understandable. So we went in the morning, and, I thought it was good for our kids. They enjoyed it. I don't know if they'd enjoy getting up early every week, but I think they enjoyed it. A little change to the schedule, and I thought our kids handled it really, really well.
You go a little bit easier on them at 5:30 in the morning than after school?
Well, I don't know if that was the case, but at least it was 70 degrees instead of 95.
Coach, your quarterback, Kyle Cox, he throws a couple touchdowns tonight. One to Wally Swinney, and it seems like Wally, he's a littler dude, but he is just a playmaker for you guys. He has been the past couple of years. Talk a little bit about their connection and Wally in general.
Yeah, I mean, they're good friends, and they made a big play, kind of an adjustment play that we didn't get the initial route that we wanted, and Wally adjusted, and Kyle found them. And, they're good buddies, and they certainly have a great connection, and they've been good players for us for a couple years. And, we were missing Wally last week. He wasn't able to play due to injury, so it was good to have him back tonight, and he made a big play right off the jump. So he's an explosive player. Certainly helped us.
Well, Coach, congratulations on the bounce-back win tonight after the tough loss in Week 1. Good luck next week when you guys take on Reynoldsburg.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
He's the head coach of Upper Arlington, Justin Buttermore, joining us on the Bryan Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Lee, I've said this a lot. I think if he's not the best, he is top 3.
He's
coaches.
If he's not the best, he's in the conversation.
He's definitely in the conversation for Central Ohio, but I think in the state of Ohio as well. This is a guy that's done it everywhere he's been. Mm-hmm. He was great at Tri-Valley. He did awesome at Granville, and now what he's doing at Upper Arlington the past couple of years. I'll tell you what, I was there last year when they took on Gahanna in the playoffs. Man for man, that probably shouldn't have been a game, but Justin Buttermore, I believe, and those players give them credit, but Justin Buttermore made that a game, and they got the win.
And like you say, he's just been successful everywhere he's gone. And, Upper Arlington had those 5-5, 6-4 years, and then he comes there, and, they're right in the thick of it every year now.
Lee, we just got another final here tonight. Olentangy Orange, what a shootout. 54-41. They knock off Westerville North. How about Worthington Kilbourne? They are 2-0 now. They beat Watkins Memorial in overtime last week, and then tonight they win the Battle of Worthington 49-14 over Thomas. Their head coach Mike Edwards joins us on the Bryan Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Coach, last season it was tough for you and your Wolves. You guys didn't get a win. You start off the year 2-0 this year. How good does that feel, and what's the difference here early on?
Hey, first off, thanks for having me on, guys. You guys nailed it. Last year was like your worst nightmare, as a coach, as a competitor. And, I think the biggest thing that I saw, our kids believe, and the first day of weightlifting on November 27th, we had 65 guys in the weight room ready to keep going to work. And that right there said, man, I know we were an 0-10 football team, but we got guys that believe in what we're doing. And, mixing guys that had experience last year with some really, really good young and talented kids, and just excellent leadership, from our older guys and our captains, like never again was kind of like our motto all off season. Never again will we let this happen as a program. And it just fueled us. It fueled us.
Well, you said you had some young talent. You're going with a freshman quarterback, Jackson Zabo. How do you come to that decision that, okay, you know what, we're going to go with a freshman at quarterback? I mean, your division, you're a big school. I mean, how do you make that decision?
Yeah, I mean, we had a 3 quarterback race this year, all the way from December through August. Those guys shared reps, and we evaluated and we charted, and this is the cream that rose to the top, Jackson. I mean, he's been a very impressive young man. I knew about him coming up just from his middle school success. I saw him play a good amount of times. And it's pretty impressive just how mature he is for a 15-year-old kid. He lives and dies football and competing, and so he was a guy that was in the weight room with us all off season. With the varsity guys, I knew he was going to be competing for that quarterback position, and he just continued to impress us. Not only with his quarterback play, just his strength and leadership. It seems like our guys are. It's crazy to say, very attracted to this 15-year-old kid in the locker room, and they listen to him. And so it was just really impressive all season for him, and then his performance speaks for itself.
Well, Coach, we can't let you go without – we've talked about your 2-0. We've talked about your freshman quarterback. We haven't even brought up that you beat Thomas Worthington for the first time in 4 games, and that's got to be a great feeling as well.
100%. I mean, this is the game, right? I mean, we have 2 big games on our schedule. This is definitely one of them, and to win a game like this, it means a lot more to us and our community than just a regular game, right? I mean, this is the one that goes on the all-time stat board. This is the one that people ask the young men about when they're old and gray like me. So it's fantastic, kind of our motto this week, let's own this town, right? Let's own this town tonight. And boy, those guys own that football field and own this town now for at least a year.
Well, Coach, it's awesome. I love it. Congratulations on the 2-0 start. We always love these feel-good stories. No wins last year. You get 2 already in 2 games. Hopefully it propels you guys to a heck of a season. Good luck the rest of the way, Coach.
All right, guys. I appreciate you having me on. Have a good night.
This is the head coach of Worthington Kilbourne, the 2-0 Worthington Kilbourne Wolves, Mike Edwards, joining us on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Listen, I know we're taking it one game at a time here, but Watkins Memorial's 0-2 now, but I think this Watkins Memorial team's a pretty good team. They've got some dudes on that team still. They've got Canal, they've got Westland, they've got Dublin Scioto, all coming up the next 3 weeks. They've got Delaware Hayes here. I mean, these are tough games, but they're winnable games. If they get some momentum on their side, this could be a heck of a year for Worthington Kilbourne.
It is, but with me, when you're talking about starting a freshman quarterback, and I know a handful of teams did last year, a handful of Division I teams did, and it still blows my mind. But, you would think that the natural progression is he's going to grow more. I mean, he already, Coach already said he's a leader. As a freshman, the guys are looking up to him. That's huge, and he's going to grow into that more and more. He's going to develop. He's going to continue to mature. His body's going to grow. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing some of these guys that started last year as freshmen, starting freshman this year, see where they are in another couple years. I mean, this could be fun.
Listen, I've said all year so far, this is a heck of a junior year class of quarterbacks, and there's some good sophomores as well. And now we've got a couple freshmen we've got to look out for, too. We will wrap up the show coming up next and get the Guru's final thoughts. It is Byers Dublin Subaru's high school football overtime on the Fan.
Tweet from a listener. Are you carrying the Buckeye game today? Considering we've never not carried one, yes. The answer is yes. The Fan.
What's wrong with Rick? He's kind of spacey.
That's Rick's identical twin, Scott. He's not used to answering direct.
What's going on?
Rick asked me to keep it secret, but he asked his twin to cover his shift so he could go to Diamond's Direct to shop.
But this is a jewelry store.
Exactly. But the prices and selection are so much better at Diamond's Direct. Rick doesn't want the boss to get suspicious, so Scott's here in case the boss sees Rick at Diamond's Direct.
But that would mean that the boss is at Diamond's Direct too.
Yeah, we have a lot of secrets.
You never know who you'll run into at Diamonds Direct. With unbeatable direct importer prices, the highest quality diamonds, the most sought-after designer rings, the best customer service, the strongest guarantees in the industry, it's just a no-brainer.
You think if Scott had a mustache, he'd look like me?
Go where everyone goes. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion. Learn more at diamondsdirect.com.
Looking to sell your home? Don't pay 6% commission. Call my guys at Sell for 1% Realtors. They're full service, not a do-it-yourself kind of thing. On average, customers save over $10,000. Give them a call, 614-451-6616. That's 451-6616.
Listen to Financially Fit Radio with Corey Sickles this Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on 1460 ESPN, covering topics like what you need to know about annuities and how to stay healthy and enjoy retirement. Financially Fit Radio this Saturday at 9 a.m. on 1460 ESPN.
Hey, it's Chops. Let me give it to you straight. Here's what happened. One day I was at the station, and a big shout out to our rep, Dan, by the way, and he tells me about his new weight loss client entering Columbus. That's right here, guys. He knew I'd been griping about my weight and thought it'd be perfect for me. My response, yes, please. So I ended up on a call with Paige, the owner of Awaken 180 Weight Loss. By the end of the call, my only question was, what's the catch? Awaken 180 sounded too good to be true. Eat to lose weight, no meds, no workouts, really? Paige just smiled through the phone and said, there is no catch, Mr. Chops. Awaken 180 works. I was skeptical but intrigued, and yes, I go by Mr. Chops in formal settings. After the first week, I was sold. I dropped 4 pounds, 95 pounds later, and I reached my goal. The amazing part and a main reason I chose Awaken 180, the weight has stayed off. If losing weight is your goal, I suggest having the same conversation I had with Awaken 180. Schedule yours today at awaken180weightloss.com. That's awaken180weightloss.com.
Do you feel that? The season is getting closer. Buckeye football comes your way tomorrow. Every game, every season. Proud to be your flagship home for Ohio State football. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Common Man here for Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Easton. Back to school time. Your kids probably have fancy friends. Isn't it about time you gave them a ride to be proud of? Actually, hell with the kids. Treat yourself to a new Lexus. Right now, it's the Golden Opportunity Sales Event with rates as low as 2.99% on ES, NX, and RX, as well as great lease payments. I've been a Jermaine customer for years, even before I started doing the commercials. If you're in the market, please stop in. Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Easton, JermaineLexus.com.
Welcome to Nada Yada Island. This season on Nada Yada Island. You were charging your phone? I waited hours for you.
That's how long it takes.
Join Metro and get a free Motorola Edge that'll charge for the day in 15 minutes. At Metro, there's no activation fees. Only at Metro by T-Mobile.
Bring your number ID and sign up for Metro Flex Plus plan. Offer not available if at T-Mobile or have been with Metro in the past 180 days. Requires 68-watt charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. If you need a new roof but you're not sure you can afford it, no problem. Right now, Able Roof is offering no payments, no interest until 2026 for qualified buyers. Yep, that's the same Able Roof that's been voted the #1 roofing company in Columbus by Consumer Choice Awards 22 years in a row. Want more? Able Roof will give you up to $1,000 off a new roof, siding, or windows. This is a limited time offer, so call Able Roof today.
Call Able for the proof. 444 Roof.
Bob Yoakum, president of Rockford Homes, talks about what makes First Bank of Central Ohio different.
I would say it starts by caring. It starts by doing what you say you're going to do and following through on it. When you're talking about local, you're talking about relationships and people that matter to you. I don't care if that's personally or professionally.
Experience what it's like to be first at First Bank of Central Ohio. Visit fbcentralohio.com for more details. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Saturday is game day on The Fan.
Sponsored by Riker Ford.
Every game, every season, your home of the Buckeyes. The Fan. This show gets you so close to high school football, you can smell the sticky shoulder pads. It's Byers Dublin Subaru High School Overtime on The Fan.
Join the Fan live on campus tomorrow as the Buckeyes open the season against Akron. We're tailgating at the Ozone on Lane. It all gets underway at 11:30. Admission is free. You'll get to hear from Timmy Hall and Boom Heron doing some stage announcements on there. Music from the fabulous Johnson Brothers as well. The Fan at the Ozone on Lane is sponsored by your Central Ohio Ford dealers, Hollywood Casino, Michelob Ultra, Jack Daniels, Pepsi, TNT Equipment, and Lee Cochran, the Guru's favorite, Tito's Handmade Vodka. Lee, let's go ahead and run through the scores one final time. Of course, our game of the week here tonight, Hilliard Davidson knocks off Canal Winchester 36-15. Kevin Gibbon, 3 touchdowns. Franklin Heights, they're 2-0. They beat Central Crossing 21-14. Olentangy Liberty, 2-0 as well. They hand Glenville their first loss of the year, 24-13. Dublin Kaufman, 28-16 winners over Miamisburg. Pickerington North kicks a 32-yard field goal on the final play to come from behind and beat Granville from Michigan 53-51. How about this? The birthday boy, Michael Taylor, 4 rushing touchdowns in this one. That's not bad for your birthday, right?
I think it's a pretty good gift. He's given the gifts.
He is today for Pick North for sure. Grove City beats Westland 38-28. Groveport 2-0 on the year. They beat Gahanna 8-7. They do it with a safety. They were trailing 7-6. They get a safety with like 3 minutes left and get the win. Hilliard Bradley, they get their first win of the year. They beat Hilliard Darby 28-7. Delaware shuts out Marion Franklin 30-0. Marysville, they get shut out by Perrysburg 37-0. Newark's 2-0, 36-14. They beat Mount Vernon. Upper Arlington gets by Olentangy Berlin 17-14. Olentangy Orange, this is a final that just came in 54-41. They beat Westerville North. Dublin Jerome gets their first win of the year 23-14. They beat Reynoldsburg. This one just came in as well. Wow, Lee. Taze Valley, 28-10 over Bloom Carroll.
I'm still amazed by that one. I really am. I mean, because Grove City just what? Grove City took Taze Valley to the woodshed.
Yep.
There we go.
That's an old Grove City woodshed right there. Worthington Kilbourne 49-14 over Thomas Worthington. Waterson 45-0 over Dublin Scioto. Westerville South 41-11 over Westerville Central. DeSale 17-3 winners over Hamilton Baden tonight. Harvest Prep 46-8 over Purcell Marion. Bexley 49-8 over Mifflin. Kip Columbus beats Eastmore 26-21. Minster all over Afrocentric 41-14. Grandview 19 West 6. Northland 37-12 over Whitehall. Reedy falls to Cincinnati Hills Christian Academy 35-21. Columbus Academy 27-9 winners over Jonathan Alder. And Buckeye Valley 21-20. They get by Heath. Guru, we've got about 30 seconds for your final thoughts.
A couple games, we talked about a little bit. Franklin Heights 2-0 for the first time since 2016. Great win by Liberty. Is Groveport now the number 1 team in the area?
I think they might be.
They got to be, I think. No letdown from Harvest Prep. Olentangy Orange, 2 games. They've got 103 points. They've scored 103.
Levi Davis is one of those quarterbacks.
I know. And next week, I know our game of the week is Grove City at Hilliard Bradley. Love the Johnstown Granville game. Pick North, Pick Central. And Westerville North, Waterson. Another big game, big fun game.
We're always looking ahead here. Guru, unfortunately, you're not here next week. Jeff,
I'll be here in spirit and I'll be listening.
I love it. Jeff Tito Thidoff will be filling in for you, although nobody can fill those shoes. A big thanks to our coaches that called in tonight. Jeremey Scally of Hilliard Davidson, Justin Buttermore of UA, and Mike Edwards of Worthington Kilbourne. Congratulations to all the teams that won or are winning right now in week number 2. The Kevin Stefanski Show is next. 97.1 The Fan.
An encyclopedic knowledge of sports and other random things you may or may not care about.
I think I found my mentor.
Rockman and Ice.
Weekdays from noon to 3.
The Fan.
Driving this summer in a new Honda. Act now during Honda's summer event to save thousands with low 1.9% financing. Full inventory is here. Cars, SUVs, trucks, vans, and hybrids. With hybrids, the battery charges as you drive. Don't miss Honda's summer event with big savings on gas or hybrid, like the 2024 Honda Ridgeline, now with low 1.9% financing. Search your local Honda dealer. See dealer for financing details. For well-qualified buyers. Offer ends 9/3/24.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu.
Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
Meet Cheryl. Hey. She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's got to be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
You go into your shower feeling... But as soon as you reach for the Irish Spring, your day immediately gets better. That crisp, fresh, unmistakable Irish Spring scent zings your brain and awakens your senses. So when you finally emerge from the shower, 37 minutes later, because you pay the water bill so you can stay in there as long as you want, you're ready to take on the day. And smell great doing it. Irish Spring Body Wash and Bar Soap. Fresh, green, Irish. Shop now at Walmart.
Who are the people that serve part-time in the Ohio Army National Guard? We are your neighbors and friends. We are your sons and daughters. Our service is providing us valuable job skills, and it pays up to 100% of our tuition. We're proud to serve our state. We are your Ohio Army National Guard. Learn more about part-time service with the Ohio Army National Guard at nationalguard.com/OH. Sponsored by the Ohio Army National Guard. Aired by the Ohio Association of Broadcasters and this station.
What's wrong with Rick? He's kind of spacey.
That's Rick's identical twin, Scott. He's not used to answering to Rick.
What's going on?
Rick asked me to keep it secret, but he asked his twin to cover his shift so he could go to Diamonds Direct to shop.
But this is a jewelry store.
Exactly. But the prices and selection are so much better at Diamonds Direct. Rick doesn't want the boss to get suspicious, so Scott's here in case the boss sees Rick at Diamonds Direct.
But that would mean that the boss is at Diamonds Direct too.
Yeah, we have a lot of secrets.
You never know who you'll run into at Diamonds Direct with unbeatable direct importer prices, the highest quality diamonds, the most sought-after designer rings, the best customer service, the strongest guarantees in the industry. It's just a no-brainer.
You think if Scott had a mustache, he'd look like me?
Go where everyone goes. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion. Learn